Happy New Year. Hello and welcome to the Bloomberg Newsroom. We have breaking news on the economic front right now. Take a look at construction spending and ISM manufacturing activity. ISM manufacturing activity. Well, the Burj Dubai Tower opened today. It's getting renamed, but it's also setting the record as the world's tallest building. But does the unveiling of Dubai's high-rise precede a steep fall or further fall ahead for the economy and financial well-being in the region? Here to tell us why we may have just skimmed the surface here of Dubai's debt woes is Saud Masood. He's head of research and senior analyst of real estate at UBS. He's there live in Dubai. World's tallest building and possibly world's biggest restructuring in 2010, Saud? Let's bring you up to speed on what's moving here in the United States. You're seeing the S&P 500 continue to gain on this first trading day of 2010. Dow Jones Industrial Average also up about 1.6%. Energy stocks really just flying today. Energy very supportive of the rally. IT, financials, industrials, consumer staples, we're seeing gains really across the board. Tech participating as well, almost up 2% there on the NASDAQ. But this is just the first trading day of the year. You've got to come up with a year-long strategy, a little bit of an outlook here, what to expect in 2010, just to give us some ideas and some perspective on how to play this market right now as Binky Cha acquisitions continuing to gain momentum here. We saw a startup in 2009 to that. If you're going to buy takeout targets, what sectors do you look at right now, or is it really company by company? Often that retail is one of the first to go down, heading into a recession, some of the first to come back. When you look at the exposure to emerging markets or the amount of exposure you want to have to domestic companies right now, how are you weighting that? So much, Risha. I hope you get to go enjoy some of those festivities. I know Mohammed Al-Abar told me at his office at the top of the tower, he could look out and see Iran. That's how high this tower is. Pretty impressive. Enjoy the party. Meantime, Brian Moynihan, Bank of America's new CEO, is starting his first week on the job, and he began this Monday morning by sitting down with our own Eric Schatzker for an exclusive interview, and he told Eric that he is the right man for the job. Welcome back to In Business. Our next guest runs one of the best performing hedge funds, ranking 5th globally according to Bloomberg. In fact, his fund was up approximately 80% last year, so I hear. Returns booked by lending to companies that banks tend to avoid or have a tougher time getting loans. Well, this fund manager is also featured in this month's Bloomberg Markets magazine. He's with me now live. Hello from Bloomberg World Headquarters here in New York. I'm Margaret Brennan.
And I'm Francine Lacqua reporting live from London. We'll be counting you down to the close of trading here in Europe.
But we are right in the swing of things here in the U.S. Take a look. S&P 500 continuing to gain. We were up 1 1/4 just about an hour ago, continuing to add to that. Energy, financials participating in this rally. We are looking as well at Dow Jones Industrial Average up 1.4%. Tech also buoyant today. Look at the NASDAQ up 1 3/4 percentage point. Francine? That, Eric, and we are seeing B of A shares continue to gain up more than 2.5%. But we want to get some analysis to those remarks from CEO Brian Moynihan. We turn now to Paul Miller. He's an analyst, and we're going to find out why Dubai is still caught in the early stages of what he calls a vicious cycle. We'll put questions to him as to just what that means for the global markets. But let's first take a look at what's ahead right here in the next hour on In Business. We've got the founder of one of 2009. Thank you so much, Michelle. We are looking for global equity market gains, so stay with us as we head into the next hour in the European close. That's it for this hour. I'm Margaret Brennan. Much more to come. I'll be joined from London by Francine Lacqua. We're going to have more from that exclusive interview with what's happening on the 10-year front, because in anticipation of that ISM number, the 10-year yield had been trading at a 6-month high. We're now seeing the yield come down a bit, down at 3.8. Some buying happening on the 10-year Treasury now. Crude oil also, look at that, up more than 2.5% thanks to the cold weather here at home and that manufacturing gain in China up at 81.48 a barrel. That's what's moving right now. Those are the headlines, but let's walk you through the details of what traders are most focused on as we kick off the January and the first day of trading for 2010. Suzanne O'Halloran's on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange.